Hello, I'm McDowell and I head up mentorship for Brixton Finishing School. I'm going to do a short video on mentorship at Brixton Finishing School, what it means, how it applies to you. So keep watching and I hope you find the content useful. What do mentors do? So mentors are there to offer primarily support, guidance and advice. This can be in the form of goal setting, helping to motivate the mentee, giving them guidance in them coming up with their own direction of where they want to get to. It's all about trying to extricate that little bit of direction from them, because sometimes 9 times out of 10 the answers lie with the mentee anyway, and they just need reassurance, they need advice, and often it's also about networking. Who do the mentors know in their network who could potentially help them? What nuggets of advice can they instill in their mentee? It's a fantastic way to kind of get ahead in the industry. It's a really useful thing to have, somebody who's already been there and done that. And it can be a fantastic vehicle for support, for guidance. It helps the mentor as well as the mentee. And it is a initiative that we push strongly at Brixton Finishing School. It's something that everybody should experience as a student and as a mentor. I mean, it helps you grow as a person. So it's something that I'm very proud to be part of and something that we push and we take very seriously. How do you become a mentor at Brixton Finishing School? Well, first, we ask that our mentors have a minimum of 3 years experience. This is because we want to have a solid foundation of skills and experience that they can pass on to our mentees. Not to say that you don't have that. We will look at it on a case-by-case basis, but we have mentors who currently have sort of 20 years experience also. So we want to make sure that the experience of our students is parallel across the board. So if somebody has lots and lots of experience and somebody only has 6 months, it doesn't really seem fair, which is why we kind of ask for a minimum of 3 years. We ask for a commitment of sort of 6 months. It just means that you can cement that relationship with your mentee from being a student, helping them throughout the course, as well as once they get their first placement or first role, they can look to you, and so that's the spirit behind it. Mentors. So we recommend that the first meeting is face-to-face. The feeling is that enables rapport building to happen more quickly. It cements that relationship and it helps you to gauge where your mentee is at. The initiative at Brixton Finishing School is for the mentee to set up those meetings and those arrangements with you. However, all things being equal, this doesn't always happen. So I would impress on mentors to also give their mentee a little bit of a nudge. You will be emailed with your mentee, so you will have all of their details and they will have yours. But I would say if you haven't heard anything from them in the first sort of couple of weeks, to just maybe introduce yourself and just kind of give them a friendly elbow in the right direction. Another tip is that it's all about sort of openness. The role of a mentor is to offer guidance and share your experience, be open with them, your successes as well as your failures, but also not really talk down to them. Listen to what they have to say. Listening is a massive part of mentoring. Some of you mentors have done this before, some of you haven't. So it's all about, emotional intelligence. What are they? Sometimes mentees don't know what it is that they need to know. So sometimes it's about trying to get that information from them. And also giving them feedback in a kind way that you can, and just making sure that you can build that trust and rapport. The key to mentoring is rapport, 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 and be very honest with them from the offset in terms of what the expectations are from your point of view. You know, if they're running late all the time, you know, why is that? You know, have they got problems their side? It's patience both ways. They need to be patient with you because maybe they're not used to dealing with somebody with your experience or building that rapport. And just, you know, it's all about kindness, about listening, offering guidance, and being that supportive person. Not everything all the time is smooth sailing, so you may come across a problem or an issue where you feel that you need to escalate. And that is where you get in contact with myself or Ali at Brixton Finishing School. We will talk to you about the situation and we will take this on and we will escalate this further. It's very important that the mentor and mentee relationship is confidential, but where you feel like there is a safeguarding issue or you are concerned about somebody's health, then that needs to be escalated immediately. If in doubt, it is always better to be safe, to contact me or contact Ali, and we will help further. Students are often given placements at our sponsors' headquarters or place of work. And our duty is to protect that relationship as well as the well-being for our students. So it has come to our attention, or it's happened a few times, where students have been unhappy in their placements and they have been advised to leave. So that might be the right course of action for the student, which is fine, but we ask that if any such situation happens, that the mentor gets in contact with Brixton Finishing School. This is for two reasons. One, it's so that we are aware that our student is unhappy and we can try and see if we can mitigate that. The other is to ensure that we safeguard the relationship with our sponsors. If a student is unhappy, then we can look and see how we can fix that. Secondly, if they are still unhappy, then we can try and manage that by allowing another student to take that person's place. In the past, they've just been advised by mentors to leave, which has left an issue with sponsors, and it means that puts the relationship in jeopardy, and it then actually makes it quite difficult for other students to take up that placement again in the future. So we ask that if any such thing happens, and we will be impressing on this with our mentees also, that we are notified so that we can manage the situation. So I hope you found this video helpful and useful. The main thing to note is that I am always available if you have any questions as mentees or as mentors throughout the process. Let me know. I'm always here to talk or run scenarios through, even if it needs to be anonymous, i.e. my friend has a situation that involves X or Y, what would you do? But yeah, it's all about trying to help everybody, and we are always here day or night, normally day. So any questions at all, please fire them off. I'm available on mobile or email, and if I can't get back to you straight away, I will as soon as possible. So I hope you found this useful. We normally have a presentation prior to course kicking off, which I can talk through and take you through, and even have a one-to-one session if needs be. So I hope you found it helpful, and hopefully I'll see you soon.